I said it shouldn't have been, but they should go over.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we're live.
Thank you, Haley.
Let's see, Dan. No, this.
Chief is Officer Sullivan here.
It's supposed to be out there.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, oh. Oh.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the council study session for Tuesday, June 11th, 2024 at 6 p.m. So we're gonna go ahead and go on to A for number 2A for old business. Discussion of ordinance number 2024-1186. An ordinance amending the ordinance number 2021-1168 of the city of Mapleton, Washington, amending and setting general city fees. So that was something that we talked about, the chief brought up at the last council meeting. So if you go on to your second to the last page, you'll have that there.
Can I go over a couple of the things on
Yes,
the
please.
police part of it? So for police reports, like I said, I think $25 is very reasonable based on the amount of time. And that includes 10 pages. And then to make it clear that it should be 25 cents per page. And I believe the public library charges about the same. And I think that's a very reasonable charge. So it'd be per page after, if it's 200 pages and then it's 25 cents per page, so whatever that amount is. And then each flash drive, it says flash drive 20, and it'd be each flash drive. Some reports may take more than one. And then also, it's not included in here, but if we can include each policy and procedure should be $20 because then we have to research to get each one of those, and that takes time. So I think $20 is reasonable for policy. And then if multiple reports are requested, if we could add on the ordinance to one report will be done, and then that needs to be paid, and then we'll go to the next one and so forth until they're all completed. Because we have had it in the past where somebody asked for multiple reports. We've asked for we've had folks ask for multiple reports, and then they come to the front counter to pick it up after we spent lots of time on it. And then they ask, what's the amount? We tell them what the amount is, and then they turn around and leave and say, never mind. So that's why we need to do per report, do one, they take time, and then they pay for that one, and then we can go on to the next one and so forth. So I want to make sure that that's added on there.
Anything else you want to add to that, Chief? Okay, any questions that we have today? So,
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I do, so for each policy and procedure that's in our books, you want $20.
We have what's called LexiPol. It's totally different than the city policies. For the police, we have, for example, if we have a citizen ride along, it explains what the policy is. So I have to go in and search it online. We pay LexiPol per year just to have that system in place. And then they update every year. If there's new laws that are passed, they give us the updated that are consistent with the law. So anyway, each policy, it takes time to go in and manually find each one. And you have to
About
go
how
through.
long, I'm sorry, about how long do you think that takes?
It's a good half hour per policy.
Really,
Yeah, and it
Not
depends.
that-
Some of them may be longer, some shorter.
not that easy to find?
No, you have to go through and manually find each one. And in the last 2 years or 2.5 years that I've been here, we've never had anybody that asked for a policy, but I believe if we do, then we should charge $20 per policy if that's the case. And that's because of the time we have to go to the PD, we have to go in, log in, pull it up, search it, print it, so it takes paper. And some policies are longer than others, but I think it's very reasonable to ask for $20 per policy just because of the time and energy we have to waste on that. Or use, not waste, but use.
I don't see the policy in the $20 on the.
Right, so I brought it up to the mayor earlier tonight that it's not on there, and that's
we'll
why I
have to
wanted to
add
make
that
sure.
onto the agenda.
Yeah, so if we can get that added, assuming everybody agrees to that. Right, and that should have been 25 cents. Last time it was 15, but I know we talked about it during discussion and a few folks brought up the 25 cent per page, and I think that's very reasonable.
So that would be for the policy and procedure?
No, the policy and procedure, just one policy per policy, some are longer, some are shorter, $20 per policy. But if it's a police report, then I believe it should be $25 with 10 pages included. And let's say it's 15 pages for that particular report, then it would be after 10 pages, then 25 cents per page. So it'd be, let's say, for example, there was 15 pages, so 5 times 25 cents is $1.25 extra. I think that's very reasonable.
So this public records request, this is for the whole city. But this specific one that you want policy and procedures only pertains to the police?
Correct. Yeah, just for the police. And then as far as the fire department, I talked to Chief Cousins over here. And he said that they had about 2 public records requests in a year. We get them like weekly. So I don't think it's going to really affect the fire department, but so that's something that maybe we can put it up for discussion if the rates need to go up for them. Who this affects is going to be the police department.
Ready? Do you have any questions regarding that? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and, we'll add that on to E then for the city, for the agenda.
I think this should be tabled again until it's written correctly. I don't want to approve for something that is gonna be changed. That's what I feel like. And it should be entered in here for all the public record, that should be listed separately, and only the highlighted stuff is gonna be changed, right? Only the highlighted stuff?
I believe so. That's what you highlighted, correct, Chief?
Yeah, just the highlighted, but then add, instead of 15 cents, it should be 25 cents per page. That's what I'm asking for.
And you wanted to add the policy and procedure.
Yes, I wanted to add-
That's for the PD.
Just for the PD, $20 per policy for the PD. And then if more than one report is requested for the PD, then it should be, we'll do one, they pay in full, and then we'll start on the next one and so forth. So that's about the only thing I would ask that we add to what you see there. So one is we add that in now, or like you're saying, table, that's up to you folks up there.
Well, I think we can just add it now. It's not that big of a change.
This
It's
would be
25
changed
cents.
$20 per policy and procedure. That's a big change.
But
I
you
don't know
have-
what everybody else thinks, but I just think that's too much for, I don't know how long it takes for the PD to.
Takes
get their
about 30
policy.
minutes, so.
And how long ago is the policy? How many pages is the policy?
It could vary. It could be one page, some are more, some are less, but we've never had a request for policies until recently. And so if I have to go in and do one policy, it's gonna take time. And then if we have to, if they're asking for multiple ones, then it's gonna take time.
I think we should probably table it and get it written right. And, I'm for it because I do want the police officers to be on the street, not in the office.
You know,
Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll table this and we'll bring it back to the next council meeting. So, 3, we have no new business.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to add some stuff in the old business that's not written in there that I've asked for several times, like the budget review stuff. Did anybody bring the budget review?
So, Larry is working on that.
Yeah, but we need to see it here. I've asked for it a few times
And I
already.
told you that he's working on it. We can't just bring partial and pieces of it.
Yeah, you can bring up
No, we
up to date,
can't.
so it's just a review. Yeah, you can.
Yep.
Well, you can, you don't want to, but you can.
Okay,
Okay, how about the ARPA funds, information that I asked for as well? It's not on here and I haven't heard anything back. Haven't brought anything in.
Larry.
You want to know specifically what about?
What
it?
we have and
And
what
all
we
of
can be spent on, what we can use it on.
Okay.
Information.
Yeah, I can provide a report for that. Yeah.
When can I get that now? Since I've been asking it for a few.
If you
meetings
come into
already.
the office, I can provide that to you. Do you want to have it presented at the next council, or do you want it
Yes, please.
before that?
At the next council.
Okay,
Well, you know what? I want it for sure at the next council, but if I have time to come in when I'm off, I will come in and get one.
okay.
And, well, I wanted to add these in there, but since I noticed the live streaming is already done, so the resolution has been written up. Cause I haven't seen the resolution for live streaming.
I think we already had one because we've had it, the live streaming going on before. So do we do go back to that one, really, do you know? We can ask. We can look into
Can
it.
you bring that as well, Larry? Make sure we get that at the next meeting as well.
Mhm.
And what about the ordinance for the amended hours? Was that rewritten?
No, not yet.
I already rewrote it and read it 2 meetings ago, and
Okay,
we
so-
passed it. So you want me to bring you a copy? Cause Larry wanted it and you didn't want to have it.
So Yuli is in charge of doing that, and that's what I told you at the last meeting, that Yuli was out, so that's her department, so she can do the ordinance and write it the way it's supposed to be done.
When can we expect that, Yuli?
Next meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go on to 4, we're gonna go ahead and go into executive session. It'll be about 10 minutes. So,
Subject number.
personnel. So,
It says here, current and potential litigation, and qualifications of an applicant for public employment. But
so this is it's personnel. So, right, about 10 minutes, you would say? About 10 minutes, do you think? Okay, so we're gonna ask everyone to please step out.
She needs to ask for public records and this one. Yeah. Or wait, does she wanna know like how much we have and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that she
How
needs
much
to-
would you have?
like, yeah, I think
Much
she-
has been spent.
I believe that she needs to request public records for them.
But do you remember what the other item was? You said-
What was that? Yeah, are you going to the, sorry, I wrote on it, I think. Are you going to the back?
Cool.
Jamin's asking. I'm gonna go to the city hall.
Yeah.
Well, he just wants to know.
Oh.
If you guys want to turn that off, please.
Yeah.